Hello everyone, I Kuldeep Sharma welcome you all to today's session on 20 GK question. Which we have specifically curated from the Hindu newspaper as well as the Indian Express. So let's start with today's first question. First question is from the Global Human Development Index. So HDI index, the very famous HDI index, which indices about the human development or the various stages of human development a country is in, is published in this index only. By reading this index properly, you can understand where does a country stand in terms of development of human resources in the world. So the first question is regarding which of the following organization is the publisher of Global Human Development Index. So I given you four options. So first is Niti Aayog, second is UNDP, third is World Economic Forum, and the fourth is IHD or Institute for Human Development. And the answer for first is B, UNDP. The very famous HDI index is published by UNDP. Moreover, Niti Aayog publishes a state level, not a state level, but a country level, and it ranks the state on the basis of MPI index, multi-dimensional poverty index, which is the successor of Human Development Index, and is based on more number of parameters rather than based on just three parameters which the SDI uses. Now let's move to the next question. So I've framed five questions from Global Human Development Index only because usually in your exam, a passage comes up and it is followed by five questions from that paragraph, from that passage. So first five questions are from the SDI index only. So global SDI index based on certain parameters, which of the following is a factor to measure SDI? So HDI is based on a measurement of certain parameters. So I've listed down some parameters. You have to tell me whether this is a factor to measure SDI. First is life expectancy at birth. Second is expected year of schooling. Third is gross national income, GNI per capita. And fourth, all of the above. So if you have studied HDI in your economics, then you will know that HDI is measured by measuring the performance of a country on these three parameters, and all three have 1/3 of weightage in the calculation of the index. Okay, so answer for second would be D, all of the above. Let's move to the next question. So next question is again regarding from Human Development Index. So which of the following country has topped the recently released Global Human Development Index? Again, four options: Bhutan, Qatar, Switzerland, and US. And the answer here is C, Switzerland. Switzerland has topped the 2022 SDI index. So also remember, don't get confused that um, is it a previous version of the Human Development Index? But the point is that in the year 2024, the findings of HDI 2022 have been released. Because the data comes up from all the countries, then they do an analysis of it, then they make a list out of it. It takes a lot of time. So the latest data, which has just come out yesterday only in the year 2024, is for the year 2022. Also remember that India's rank, first question jo tha, India's rank 134th is for the year 2022. Okay, so I've already given the answer to this question. What is India's rank as per the latest GDI index 2022? So answer here is C, 134. So last year India's rank was poorer, but this year it has improved some. It's ranked by one digit. Last year it was 135. This year it is 134. And this year GDI HDI is actually measuring, is actually judging the performance of 193 country. Last year it was only 195 country, 191 countries only. So this year's India's rank is 134. Next question. So which of the following countries has been ranked below India in the recently released Global Human Development Index 2022? So, since it's a ranking base, so you have to tell me which of the following four countries, which is the country which was ranked below India in the HDI index. Four options: Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. And the answer here is Pakistan, which stood at around 165 and which is actually below India. Rest, these three countries and Sri Lanka has a very good rank in this HDI index. And apart from Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and China also are way ahead of India in terms of HDI index. Next question now. So let's move away from HDI index. Next question is regional political question. So regional geopolitical question. So Adani Green Energy is building a wind power project in which of the following countries and is in news for facing opposition from local. So you will find a news in today's newspaper that Adani Green Energy is building a wind power project in this country, and the locals and the experts there are protesting the creation of that wind power project. So the question is, the options are Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. And Adani Green is building a wind power project in Sri Lanka now. Next question: who among the following won the Chameli Devi Jain Award 2024 for Outstanding Women Media Person of the Year? So also pay attention to the question always, because in question also you might get some information which can be asked in your, which can be framed as another question. For example, Chameli Devi Jain Award is given in which field? So if you know that it is given in the field of journalism, yeah, this award is for women journalists, then you know that this is an award in the field of journalism. One question can be framed from this also. Yesterday only, this award was given to women's media persons of the of India. So you have to tell me who has been awarded this. So I've given you four options: Grishma Kuthar, Ritika Chopra, Richard Mahapatra, or both A and B. So answer here would be D, both A and B. Grishma Kuthar and Ritika Chopra of Indian Express has been given the Chameli Devi Jain Award for Outstanding Women Media Person of the Year. Next question. So government has notified new rules for film certification process. So you must have seen that whenever a movie or a TV show, but most probably a movie starts, you will see that there is always a film certificate in the beginning of the movie, and some letter is written there, UAA, etc. So it is basically done by the Central Board of Film Certification, which is the regulating authority for it. And the main purpose of giving this certification is to make the audience understand that this movie is fit for which class of persons only. So earlier there were four categories of film certification. One was U category, which is the universal category, which means you have unrestricted right of viewing it. One was adult category, that is only when you are 18 plus you could watch it. One very less known is S category, which is the special category and which is for specific class of people. For example, a recording of an operation only meant for doctors to be seen. And one was the UA category, and there was one age group mentioned here. But recently, it has now been changed. Last year, it was very much in news because Cinematograph Act, under which this CBFC has been created and certification power has been given, was amended last year. And this one single category was subdivided into three categories now. So you have to tell me which of the one is not one of the new age-based categories. And basically, I've asked you what does this X stands for. Okay, so four options are 7 years, 12 years, 13 years, or 16 years, which is not one of the new age-based categories. So it is 12 years. So earlier, this was the category was UA 12 plus, but now it has been subdivided into 7 plus, 13 plus, and 16. So the three new categories are UA 7 plus, 13 plus, and 16 plus, showing the age appropriateness of a particular movie. Next question. So as per the new TRI regulation, what is the time limit after which a telecom subscriber can port out of their current network provider if they swap their SIM card recently? So since telephonic frauds have been on a rise, cyber frauds have been on a rise. So as a security measure, what the TRI, which is the regulator, Telecom Regulator Authority of India, basically which regulates the telecom sector, has made a small change if you want to port out of your current net provider. What is porting out? So basically, as an example, let's say you have a Geo SIM and now you want to shift to an Airtel SIM. So it is very easy. You just have to dial a particular number and then that porting process starts and you just shift from Geo to Airtel, vice versa also, or to a third network provider also. So what now they have done is that if let's say you have swapped your SIM card, maybe you lost it, maybe it was stolen, so you swap a new SIM card, and then just when you have swapped your SIM card, you want to change your network provider. Let's say in the lost SIM you were using Jio, now you also want to shift to Airtel. So the new regulation requires that when a SIM card gets stolen or is lost and you get a new SIM card, in that case you have to wait for at least 7 days before you can port out from your network provider also. So this has been done so that less number of cyber frauds are committed. Okay, so answer for ninth would be C, 7 days. Next question. So Indian Army has raised the first unit to operate Apache attack helicopters in Jodhpur. So this is the news in today's newspaper. So Apache helicopters have been acquired from which of the following countries? So although India has also started producing lightweight combat helicopters. Still, in when it comes to advanced helicopters, we are very far behind. Very far behind among some of the very developed defense markets of the world. So our question is basically Apache helicopters have been acquired from which of the following countries? These are very famous helicopters, so many of you might know this. Brazil, France, Spain, and United States were your option, and the answer would have been D, United States. So we have recently, last year only, we came into an agreement with US for supply of Apache attack helicopters to India. And our own army men, our own air force men went to US to get trained for it, and finally they have now been delivered to India. So answer for 10th would be D. Next question. So, Indian Navy's first independent headquarter, Nausena Bhavan, has been recently inaugurated in which of the following places? So, although there were earlier headquarters of Navy, but there were many headquarters, 13 headquarters in total. So, now they have now created a one independent headquarter, which is solely for the purpose of Indian Navy, and it has been named Nausena Bhavan. And you have to tell me where it has been inaugurated. So, four options: Delhi, Kochi, Kolkata, Chennai, and answer here is A, Delhi. Delhi. So first independent headquarter of Indian Navy, Nausena Bhavan, has been inaugurated in Delhi. Next question. So which country celebrates its National Day as St. Patrick's Day and is also commemorating 75 years of diplomatic relations with India? So again, international relation question. So this country's national day is also celebrated as St. Patrick's Day, which is also a religious and a cultural festival of this country, and is celebrated all around the world also of by people of that country's descent. And this country is also commemorating 75 years of diplomatic relations with India in the year 2024. So March 17 is the date of national day of this country, and I given you four options: Ireland, Spain, Luxembourg, and France. So answer here is Ireland. So St. Patrick's Day is celebrated as the National Day of Ireland, and it is celebrated all around the world by people of Irish descent or who want to who want to give give credit to, yeah, who want to celebrate Ireland's Victory Day also. So this year, 75 years of diplomatic relations have been completed with India. Next question, as per the latest inflation data, inflation is hovering around 5%. So inflation in India is measured by which are the following indices? Four indices have been given, and inflation, in Hindi we call it Mehngai Dar. So you have to tell me inflation in India is measured by which of the following indices? Four indices: CPI, WPI, PPI, or GDP deflator. And the answer here is A, CPI. So it is the consumer price index through which we get to understand what is the level of inflation in Indian economy. Next question. Who among the following has been named as the new Prime Minister of Palestine? So again, then Palestine has been in a news a lot because of the Israel-Gaza conflict. So you have to tell me who has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of Palestine. So four options: Mahmoud Abbas, Muhammad Mustafa, Muhammad Chitaya, and Yahya Sinwar. And the answer here is Muhammad Mustafa. Mahmoud Abbas is actually the president of Palestine. Muhammad Chitaya was the former PM of Palestine, and basically Muhammad Mustafa has succeeded this person, and Yahya Sinwar is actually the leader of Hamas. Next question. So, as per the latest study by the Institute for Health Metrics and Evolution, what is the leading cause of ill health worldwide? So, an important change has been made. So, earlier, some other disease was at the top when it comes to number of cases with regard to a particular illness. But now, this new has illness has become the leading cause of ill health worldwide. Four options: heart disease or cardiovascular disease, neurological disorder, cognitive impairment, or diabetes. So answer here is B, neurological disorder. So if you will read today's newspaper, you'll find one article regarding this only. And it has reported that neurological disorder has actually bypassed heart disease as the top cause of ill health worldwide. So neurological disorder, earlier it was cardiovascular or heart disease. Next question. So which of the following country is the largest importer of Indian iron ore, accounting for 92% of Indian iron एक्सपोर्ट? तो इंडिया जितना भी आयरन और एक्सपोर्ट करता है, अराउंड 92% More than 90% of it goes to one single country. You tell me the name of that country. Australia, China, Russia, and US. And the answer here is B, China. Since China is actually the factory of the world for the last 20 years. So there are a lot of industries, and it processes a lot of processed iron and steel. So it imports a lot of iron ore from India and from other countries, and it has become a major exporter of finished goods of steel, etc. So here again, it's China, which is the largest importer of Indian iron. Next question. So, which of the following African country is witnessing a civil war and involvement of other African nation army in its civil war? So, it is on the news a lot again. So, you have to tell me which country is seeing a civil war in its eh, on its land, and many African neighboring nations are also taking part in it directly or indirectly. So four options: Uganda, Rwanda, Democratic Republic of Congo, or both A and B. So answer here is Democratic Republic of Congo. And as of now, Rwandan army is actually interfering or getting involved in this African nation, supporting one side of the civil war. Next question: when does the Model Code of Conduct, a set of regulation issued by the ECI to govern political parties and candidates before elections, comes into effect? So basically, model code of conduct was agreed between the parties in the 1960s. It's a set of regulation. It's more of an ethical code that actually there is no legal implication. We do not follow it, and election commission has been given power to enforce it. For example, if MCC is one of the terms of MCC is broke by a party, then the ECI can put certain kind of restrictions on its campaigning, can also cause delay of elections, etc., etc. So you have to tell me when does model code of conduct comes into effect. So first option is on announcement of election schedule. Second is 1 month before commencement of elections. Third is after nomination process for candidates begin, or fourth, 3 days before the election date. And the answer here is on announcement of election schedule. So if you may know that today is the date on which the Election Commission of India is going to announce the dates for Lok Sabha polls, and they would be announced anytime soon now. So basically, on announcement of election schedule, this model code of conduct comes into enforcement. Next question, second last question. Who among the following has been appointed as a new chairman of Prasar Bharati, the official broadcaster of India? Yes, in yesterday's session also, we had a question on Prasar Bharati wherein we asked you what is the new news service launched by Prasar Bharati, which is known as PB Shabd only. And now we are asking today only, yesterday only, a new chairman of Prasar Bharati has been appointed. So given you four options: A. Surya Prakash, Gaurav Dwivedi, Sanjay Jaju, and Navneet Kumar Singh. And the new chairman of Prasar Bharati is Navneet Kumar Singh, who is a retired UPIS cadre officer. Now let's come to the last question, very interesting question. So after scrapping of the new detention policy, no detention policy, students of classes 5 and 8 will be held back if they do not secure what percentage of marks in each subject. So very easy question. You just have to tell me what is the minimum percentage of marks which one should get if he does not want to repeat his class, if he wants to move to the next class. So four option: 25%, 30%, 33%, 36%. So if you have not been very good at studies, your parents must be taunting you that at least get 33%, at least 80% Liana, so that you pass the exam. So for 20, the answer is 33. So that's it for today class. I hope to see you in the next class. Have a very nice day and see you in the next class. Thank you.